It is the most wonderful time of the year. Sephora sale is here and I have a ton of products lined up right here in front of me. And I've done videos like these before. Many of them, I will put a playlist down below so you can go through those as well, because I will try to focus on newer products in this video. I may sprinkle a couple here and there, just my all-time favorites, mainly if I don't have any other in that section, like highlighters and things like that. But make sure to check those other videos because those recommendations still stand. These are just newer ones that I've discovered in the past year. So grab yourself something to drink. This will be a long one, so make sure you are prepared and let's get started. Of course, I have to put this disclaimer out there. You don't have to shop the sale. Just because it's a sale, that doesn't mean you're saving money if you're still spending money you don't have or don't need to spend. So be aware of that. I know for us in the beauty community, this is like Christmas, but it doesn't have to be for everybody. But if you've been saving your money or waiting to purchase certain items, this is a great time to do it. I think November 1st is the first day of the sale if you're Rouge, and then let me look the info up actually. I just pulled out all the information. It starts November 1st for all Sephora collection. Everybody can shop that. You get 30% off, and I have a couple Sephora collection items to recommend. And then if you are Rouge, you can start shopping November 1st. If you are VIB, you will save 15% off and start shopping November 5th. And an Insider, 10% off and also November 5th. Okay, so those are the dates and info about the Sephora sale. Now I do have some hair care, a little bit of skincare, and quite a lot of makeup. So let's get started. First of all, with the hair, I have a few products from Sephora that I just love and I think they are fantastic. None of these are new, but I just had to mention them. First of all is this from Dieux. This is the Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 Styling Cream. This I use on my curls when they are wet, if I want more moisture and a little bit of definition. I also use this if I sleek my hair back. I use it in my son's hair. He has curly hair. I just really like this product. I am down to here and I feel like I've used quite a lot in the past 6 months, and so it lasts a long time. You just need a little bit of this and I love it. It smells fantastic. I actually want to purchase a few more Dieux products from this upcoming sale. I saw that they have a dry shampoo puff, so I want to try that one as well. Anyway, I really like this brand and I think it is worth it. If you get a discount on it, it's even better, but this will last a long time. So if you're looking for some moisture, if you have some curls, maybe more like mine, obviously this hairstyle, but I have bigger curls. They're not super tight, but they are curls and it really defines them without weighing them down. Also, if you slick your hair back on dry hair, it doesn't make it crunchy at all or shiny or anything like that. So I really, really like this product. The other product that is so expensive, but it is my favorite oil for hair it is from Oribe. This is the Gold Lust Nourishing hair oil. Now, I worked in a salon that we carried Oribe and they are just the gold standard at many products. Not everything, but this one right here, I haven't found an oil that I like more. The Kerastase oil is really nice. It's a little thicker than this one. This is a light and it gives moisture and definition and it never weighs my hair down. So for me, this does everything that I want. It is so expensive. So getting a good percentage off, it's worth it. Also, their texturizing spray is really nice. I have found throughout the years other ones that I don't feel the need to spend that kind of money on it. But this one is fantastic and it's worth the money. You only need a little pump. Like I only use one pump for my entire hair and it really helps. So this is one that I recommend. Even if you have more finer hair, it doesn't weigh down, it doesn't pull it, it's not heavy. So I really like that. The last hair product that I wanted to mention is this one. This is actually not the cap. There we go. Let's take it off. It has a black chunkier cap. This is Color Wow Style on Steroids, and this is a texturizing spray, and it is on steroids. It is so intense. It gives so much volume to your hair. If you have extremely fine hair, I'm not sure if this will be a little bit too much, but on my hair, it's amazing. I would say I have a medium density and thickness to my hair, and this is fantastic. It holds the volume, it gives texture, it doesn't get chunky in your hair. Like, you don't feel it heavy in your hair. So I really like it. I think those are the only 3 hair products from Sephora that I've been using a lot and recommend on most people's hair. So moving on to skincare. Now here, it's a little tricky because most of my skincare is not from Sephora. I do use some prescription retin-A, and you know, the vitamin C at Sephora, I haven't found one that I truly love. I do want to try the Caudalie one. I heard that that one's really nice. Maybe during the sale, I will pick that one up, but I just don't have a ton of skincare from Sephora except a few. This brand right here, this is the Dieux brand. This was sent to me a while back, and I finally opened it up, and look at this one. This is pretty much completely gone. This is the the Instant Angel Lipid Rich Moisturizer. I love this so much. I will 100% repurchase it. It is like cream gel. It's very moisturizing. It's not thick. I can use it morning and night, and I think even if you have oily skin or dry skin, it's fantastic. I've used it throughout all stages of my skin. During the summertime, I got really oily, but now it's back to dry, and it still works really well. And again, I have only a few uses, but it gives this smoothness to the skin. It has this slight glow to it, although there's no shimmer in it. It just plumps your skin, and it's great under makeup. I find that gel formula sits so well under makeup, so it is fantastic. And I also really like their eye cream. This is, again, that texture of a gel. It's cooling and it moisturizes my under eyes. It's not too heavy. I will say now in the winter time, I feel like I'm gonna need something a little bit heavier than this, just because my skin has been so dry. I'm actually really struggling right now with dehydration, and I've been traveling and eating like absolute crap. Any cake, any dessert, I had it, and I see it on my skin. My lips are dry. Anyway, so I feel like I will personally purchase something that's a little bit heavier for the winter time, but it was spring, summer, fall. This has worked really well. So I really like these 2 products from the brand. Now I think have a few other ones, but I haven't tried them. But these have been obviously become a staple. The next skincare product from Sephora that I just cannot be without, I've purchased it multiple times. I even have a mini right here. This is the Sulwhasoo First Care Activating Serum. And I've gone through a few bottles of these, like the big ones, and this is pretty much gone. But this tightens my skin, it brightens it. I use this at night. I think you can use it in the morning as well. I use it as my first step in my skincare, and it says here that it helps strengthen skin barrier and improves visible signs of aging, and I really feel like it does that. So this is one product that I see results. Many of these skincare products, I just don't see results. So it's hard for me to recommend them. First of all, skincare is so subjective, and it just doesn't work for everybody the same. But this is one that I hear a lot of people liking. And from personal experience, I've seen very almost instant results. The morning after I use it at night, just my skin looks smoother and tighter and clearer. So I really enjoy this one. Also, it is a pricey little thing. It is $89 for 2.2, and for 3 ounces, 90 ml is $110. I would absolutely recommend getting the 90 ml because you're gonna love it. Okay, I think that's all for skincare. I do have actually a lip balm that I just I've been using it for years and I haven't found a better one. This is the LANEIGE Lip Sleeping Mask. I've gone through many of these. I have multiple ones at home. This is in, I think, grape. It's really nice. And I love it. It's the best, deepest moisturizing mask. I really like the touch as well, but this one wins without a doubt. Price is better. You get a lot of product and it is great. And then the other one is a setting spray, and I just really, this is the best. The Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray. It's the best out there. It's the one that I've packed with me to Romania. I have many of them, smaller ones, bigger ones. I know sometimes she has a kit. You get 2 for the price of, I don't know, 1 or something like that. A big discount. And so these are absolutely worth it. They smell so good. They make my makeup last. That was so loud. Sorry, the microphone was right here, but it helps set my makeup and it lasts and it just melts it into the skin. I think this is the best setting spray at Sephora at the moment. Before I move on to the makeup, I'm gonna mention a couple products that are non-makeup. One of them will be a fragrance. I'm so picky with fragrances. I've started kind of diving into niche fragrances and it's hard for me to go back, but I really like PHLUR Father Figure. It's one that has fig in it, some orris root. It's one that I get a lot of compliments on and I really do like it. Also, PHLUR has vanilla skin. I'll just insert pictures just because, like I mentioned in past videos, I am traveling, so I don't have all the products with me. So whatever I don't have, I'll insert it here. But vanilla skin is really good. I'm not even a very gourmand, sweet vanilla girl, but that one, there's just something cozy about it. And it reminds me of a childhood coziness, I don't know, blanket. I don't know. I really like it. It is longevity, not like 8 hours, but it does last about 5 hours on me. And throughout the day, I'll kind of get a whiff of it, but it's not very long lasting compared to Father Figure. I will smell that fragrance all day long. So those 2 from PHLUR. I also like Replica by the Fireplace. It is a staple. It's one that I will always have in my collection. I sometimes wear it to bed. I love it in the fall, winter. I love their candles. Just Replica has a lot of good fragrances. Their diffusers are a must. They're by the Fireplace diffuser and Sunday Morning are the best diffusers I've found. I've tried multiple ones, and those are potent and I love the scent of those. So those are definitely a recommendation. They're very expensive. Their candles are extremely expensive for very little product. So it's hard to recommend those in a way. But I do like, when I burn them, I really like them. But the diffusers, if I had to choose one, I would go for the diffuser. So those are kind of the fragrances that I really like from Sephora. Now I have here the Maker. These are incredible candles. If you're into candles, bougie candles, just try these. I have 2 of them. I have the Gardener, which I wouldn't recommend right now for winter time because it kind of smells just like summer, like a green garden. It's incredible, but I did put that one away and pulled out the Artist. This one it still has some brightness like lime and it smells like grapefruit, but it's really well balanced. So I feel like that one is all year round beautiful. So I only have those 2 from them, but I will purchase another one and maybe one that's a little bit more fall, winter. The packaging is really beautiful, hefty, luxurious, and also it sits in a glass jar, so you can reuse that glass, and I will absolutely reuse it because it's beautiful. So this brand is, from what I have tried, is really fantastic. The prices are high, so get a discount on them, but I will absolutely be trying another candle that's maybe a little bit more winter. I'm looking here, but I'm gonna just have to just do some more research to see what other fragrances they have that are great for winter. And then the last one that I want to recommend is the Nette candles. I love them. I have tried multiple candles from Nette, and I actually have some of their perfume. Ooh, I forgot to mention the vanilla from Nette fragrance, one of my favorite vanilla, green vanillas. The price is absolutely fantastic for the quality that you're getting. And if you can get a discount on that, you're golden. I really recommend that fragrance. I think pretty much most of the people would love it. I almost feel like it's a blind buy safe fragrance, but their candles are so good, so potent. They do have 2 wicks, and it just fills out my whole living room, kitchen, dining room area. I always purchase a candle from Nette during a sale. So those are my kind of random recommendations before we move on to makeup. That was the long intro. So this video, it'll be a long one. Moving on to brushes. I have discovered some brushes from Sephora that I just love, and I actually brought them all with me. Let's start with the Sephora collection. It's dirty, but Sephora collection has incredible brushes, and you get 30% off. So here I only brought one from their collection. This is the Pro Highlight 98, and it is so good for so many things. I like it for a highlighter. I like it for under eye powder. I even like it for blush if I have to. It's soft, it's airy, but not too airy. So if you want to use it for concealer, you can also use it for that. This is a perfect kind of shape and airiness and density to a brush to do it all pretty much. They do have many other brushes. I just don't have them with me to show you, but I know they reformulated them, and dare I say I like these newer ones better. They definitely improved the quality to them, and the packaging feels a little bit more luxurious and softer. So do not hesitate looking at the Sephora collection brushes because they are fantastic. I have multiple ones of them, and I've never had an issue with them peeling or breaking or anything like that. The next must-have brush is the IT Cosmetics number 7 brush. It is dual-ended, and I used to never like dual-ended brushes just because of storing, but I've just started storing them on my table on a little box, acrylic box, and I just keep them there. But because I reach for dual-ended brushes 9 out of 10. So you'll see that all the rest of them, I think, are dual-ended brushes. So this one is fantastic. You do get a kind of concealer brush here. I use it for contour. I don't use it a lot for concealer unless I have to like pinpoint areas. But I do use it for contour and just to blend in small areas. But this other side is great for foundation, contour, any liquid and cream products. It is so good. Soft, dense, but not like too dense like a kabuki. So it's still malleable. It blends in the product really well. So this is pretty much a must in a collection. The other dual-ended brush that I've discovered this past year is the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. It is a brush that I can do pretty much everything with. I can apply foundation with this side. I can apply cream contour, cream blush. I have this other side that's a little smaller, as you can see there, and I apply concealer with this side. It's tilted, so it fits really well pretty much everywhere. And it is a brush that I truly feel like I could do pretty much everything except powder. Does the packaging feel a little cheap? I think so. I don't think it's the most luxurious feeling brush. Like for example, the Hourglass ones that I'm gonna recommend as well. This feels and looks a little bit cheaper, but it is so practical. I actually would choose this brush over some other more expensive brushes because I just use it all the time. So this is also a recommendation. And the last brushes that I want to mention are the Hourglass brushes. I have not tried these. I mean, maybe a year ago is the first time I've tried them, and they've been out for a long time, but I can't put them down. They are so good. My favorite, without a doubt, is this big one because I use it for bronzer, for blush, even powder. I think it is fantastic. I like the airiness of it and consistency, the softness, everything about it is great. I also have their Edit brush. I don't use this one as much as the big one. So if I had to pick one, it would be the big one. But this one fits the little face palettes from Hourglass really well, so I do use it with that. I also use this side for foundation sometimes or cream contour, so I do get use out of this one as well. But they came out with this 15 brush. This is almost like a stippling kind of brush that's more dense, and it's supposed to go with their liquid blushes, and it works. So if you are looking for a brush for a liquid and cream blush, this is it right here. It is very, very good. For foundation, skin tint, I have 3 to mention. Obviously, I love so many more that I've recommended in other videos, but these 3 I just have to talk about. First of all, I made a list. First of all, the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. I have not been able to put this one down. The fact that I brought it with me in Romania says a lot, and it's fantastic. It's more of a medium coverage. I would say the finish is natural. It's not too glowy. It's not drying at all. I feel like I was able to use this when I was oilier, and now when I'm quite dry. I love the way this looks on the skin. It's smoothing, it's blurring. It is a fantastic release from Huda, and I love the packaging. I think it's just easy to work with. So this is a must, and I think it will work on a lot of different skin types. So this absolutely, I had to recommend. That's probably my #1 new recommendation. And then I do have a couple that I did not bring with me, but I'll insert pictures. The Sephora Skin Tint. Okay, you get 30% off of that. It's already very well priced, and it's so good. Blurring, the finish is not like that glowy, super oily skin tint type. No, it is almost a velvety on the skin. So I do really think it will work on oilier skin type, drier skin type, just pretty much everything. I adore that skin tint. And then the last one is the Dior Stick Foundation. It's fantastic. They did an incredible job with that release. And at the moment, I think it's my favorite stick foundation. It's very similar to Tom Ford, which they discontinued. It is a little bit glowier, but it meshes into your skin so beautiful. It's very practical, and it lasts so well. It looks like you have a filter on your face. So that one is a beautiful, beautiful option. So those are the 3 foundation/skin tints that I wanted to recommend that are kind of new, that I didn't recommend in other videos. Moving on to concealers. Here, I don't have a ton either. The one that is standing out to me is the Westman Atelier concealer. You can see here how much I have used this, and it is a newer product. I have mine in M2. I feel like I've talked about this in many, many videos lately. I love the texture. I love the coverage. I love the way it sits on the skin, the longevity of this. I love it under the eyes, on my face. I think it is my favorite new concealer that's been released in the past maybe year. So it's one that I will definitely go through it and do recommend it on. I don't know who wouldn't like this, you know? But again, makeup is so subjective. I personally feel like I've been the only one that I didn't like the House Labs concealer. Everybody liked it. So I can't guarantee that you're gonna like it, but I personally really enjoy it and seen a lot of people liking it. And then the other concealer that I do really like is the CL one. That one I don't love as much right under the eyes. I think it's a little heavier, a little fuller coverage, although the Westman Atelier does have medium to full coverage. That one is so blurring, so I put it right here usually, and then kind of around the face, and it really covers me and blurs my pores, and it's a good one, a little heavier than the Westman Atelier one. So those are the only 2 newer concealers that I would recommend. I do like the Say concealer as well, but I think I've recommended that before in the Sephora sale. The Hourglass concealer is another one that I brought with me to Romania just because it's such a staple in my collection. It's full coverage, but I can sheer it out. But yeah, those are the concealers. And of course, my Charlotte Tilbury under eye corrector in the shade medium. I have hit pan. Can you see that? Anyway, it's a great one. For powders, I have tried so many powders since the whole Givenchy reformulation, and I have to say that the only one from Sephora that has come close to that one is the Makeup by Mario loose powder. I have tried that multiple times, and the first time I wasn't so impressed. I liked it, but it wasn't like, wow, this is a dupe for the Givenchy one. But the more I wore it, the more I loved it, and now I just, honestly, I miss it. I didn't bring it with me because it was chunkier, so I had the smaller ones. I brought the small Givenchy powder and then the La Prairie, but that Makeup by Mario powder is blurring, is smooth, it's not heavy, and I miss it. So I think that is my #1 recommendation for loose setting powder. And then I really do enjoy the Tower 28 powder. I actually brought this with me. This is in the shade pink, although look, do you see any pink in it? Not really. The tiniest bit. I like this for touch-ups. That's pretty much the way I use it, or to kind of blend in bronzer, blush, you know, it's just an overall kind of finishing powder or touch-up powder. So this one usually stays in my makeup bag, in my purse. For bronzer, contour, I feel like they're the same old, same old. I still love my Westman Atelier contour in Biscuit. Look at that. That's all I have left. I need to purchase one during the sale. My sister has cats, and there's just, I feel like there's hair on all my makeup products. Another product that I just will forever have in my collection are the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. I will also purchase one of these. This is light medium. It's my favorite shade. And I also have their new serum, also in light medium. I brought them both because I love them so much. And yeah, this one has a doe foot applicator, so it's easy to apply it. And it looks kind of nasty and messy. Can you tell? It doesn't look very pleasing, but it works great and it doesn't bother me. I love both of these. I think equally, if you put a gun to my head, I do think that I would choose the Skin Enhancer just because it's easier, but they're both incredible. Besides that, the only new bronzer that I would recommend that I just cannot put down is the bronzer from Armani Luminous Silk. It's the one that I've used 9 out of 10 since I bought it. It's massive. You get a ton of product. It does have this glow in it. If you look in the pan, you kind of see a little bit of a golden, I don't want to scare you, but maybe glitter, but that does not translate on your cheeks. I was scared of this in the beginning, and so when I reviewed it, I think I was a little skeptical, but no, it is beautiful. You do not see that on the cheek, and you also get this massive mirror. So because of the mirror, I bring this with me everywhere. It is so practical, so good, and it's, I think, the only bronzer that I would recommend. I do like the new YSL one, but not even close to how much I like this one. For blush, that's another category that we have had plenty of it this year, and I love many of them. I'm gonna start with the Armani, which is the one I brought with me. I think if you're looking for a cream liquid blush to start off with and you're not a cream liquid person, this is a great one. I usually just take it on my hand and work off of that, but look at this color. This is the 50.5, I think it's a peachy rosy color. It's the most interesting, beautiful color. It's the one I'm wearing today. Very little of it. I love the formula. I love how easy it is to blend in. It has a glow, but not excessively. And I think it is my #1 recommendations for you guys if you're looking for a liquid blush. I really like the colors that they came out with. There's a beautiful red color that melts into your skin. I've never had issues with it patching or pulling at the foundation underneath. And so this is, I think, my #1 recommendation of the newer blushes. I also do recommend, if you want a glowy blush, the new Hourglass liquid blushes are so good, but they are serum, glowy. Those are a little finicky just because they're so serumy and liquidy. They can go everywhere. So you have to use a brush that's a little smaller to kind of control where the product goes. But it looks so beautiful on the cheeks. It's definitely on the glowier side, but it does set, so your hair won't get stuck to that. But that is my second recommendation. And my other recommendation is the YSL liquid blushes. I love that bright pink shade. Out of all of them, that's the one that I used the most. And this formula is different than the other ones. It's not as liquidy, and it's a little bit more matte. I wouldn't say it's fully matte, but it does give this blur effect. So I really do enjoy that formula a lot more than I thought I would. So those are the 3 liquid blushes for somebody who just wants a natural finish, somebody that wants a really, really glowy finish, and one that likes more of that matte finish. For other blushes, there's so many that I like, but I do have to mention this color from Hourglass. This is the Sublime Flush, and it is a discovery for me this year. Random. I just walked through a Sephora in Atlanta and I just fell in love with this color. I think it's one of the most unique colors in my collection. It is pink and peachy, and it has some lavender in it, and it's so flattering on the skin. I usually don't reach for single individual blushes from Hourglass because I have their bigger palettes, but this one I just had to have it. It doesn't get lost in my collection because I like the color so much. And obviously it's an Hourglass formula and it's amazing. So those are the main recommendations. One that I just want to mention real quick is the Westman Atelier blush in Bichette. This color is perfect for fall. It looks very intimidating, but I've been wearing it so much this fall. I use it on my lips as well, and these are very long lasting. I don't remember what I was saying. My son needed something, but I was talking about the Westman Atelier blush. It's great. Bichette, amazing color. Moving on to One Face palette, and I just have to recommend these. These are the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palettes. This year they came out with 3 colors. I brought with me the Dragon one just because they're my perfect shades. I love these finishing powders and I use them daily. I love the bronzer, the highlighter, the blushes. Even though this isn't my favorite color story, I love it, don't get me wrong. I love the Lotus one. I think that color story, that depth is so beautiful. It just for my skin tone doesn't work as well. I can still use it, but I brought this one because I was being practical and I've used it pretty much every day since I brought it here because I use the finishing powders. The bronzer has flattened down. And that says a lot because I don't go through these palettes, but this year is my favorite color inside. I don't love the packaging as much as last year, but the color stories that they came out with is my favorite. I love the Evil Eye color story. I love that you get 1 finishing powder, you get 3 blushes. They have this beigey blush that's glowy that is so beautiful. So check these out. They are worth it. I think that this release this year is my favorite out of all the years that they've really been releasing these. I made that sound way too complicated, but I really like this release. You can save some money because these are very expensive. And if you're Rouge, you can save 20% off of these. That's amazing. Even 10, 15%, it's something. If these are in stock, do not hesitate. If you want them and you've been looking at them, they are worth it. It's my only face palette recommendation. For eyes, I do have these Armani eye tints that I've discovered this year actually, and the shade 30M and 22M are my favorite. I'm wearing 30M, that's all I'm wearing on my eyes. It's this one right here, and then the 22 one is a little bit lighter, and no, I wouldn't say that it's warmer, it's just lighter. So those are the 2 shades, 22 and 30. The 30 is my favorite. I think it is such a beautiful all over color. I love the formula of these, and I have gotten so much use out of these. Mostly now traveling, it's so easy to just apply a few dots and rub it all over your eyes, and you have kind of a cool look, and they will last on your eyes. Like, they're completely dry now. So the reason I didn't purchase the Lisa Eldridge ones is because I've been loving these so much. I didn't feel the need for those. But if you have been looking at these or are interested, if they're long lasting, for me, they blend in so easily. I think they're worth it. I think they're beautiful, kind of pricey for just one eye tint, but if you can get a discount on them, I think it's worth it. And these two colors are my favorite. Besides that, I do have here the YSL quads. Now, I've raved about these since I've tried them. I think maybe a year and a half ago. I can't remember when they came out with. The only one I brought with me is the 200, just because this color story works so well. I have these 3 matte shades and they're warm without being orangey. So I really like that. And this is a topper right here. It is beautiful. And so for me, this was the color story that I would get a lot of use out of daily. But any of their color stories is so beautiful. I have not all of them, but most of them, and there's not one dud in there. The formula is extremely pigmented, very creamy and silky. It feels like silk on your eyes. And the toppers are not full pigment, they are toppers. So I find them very elegant, beautiful, and well worth the money. The packaging also, I mean, it looks like a tiny purse. The other one that I was debating if I should recommend it or not, but I do use it a lot since I bought it. It's the Prada quad. I have mine in the purple shade. I don't know the name of it exactly, but this is one that I've used so much. I thought because the purple is there, I wouldn't use it as much, but I actually use that purple in every look I do with this palette. I love just a dot of it on the lower lash line. It's not too pigmented. It looks like that, but you can smudge it and it just gives this hint of a purple. And I feel like it makes my brown eyes pop. I also really enjoy the tones of the browns. And yeah, I like the formula. It's a little softer than the YSL. You can build up the product, but it's smooth, it's beautiful. It's my kind of palette. So I think that's it for eyes. For lips, I have 2 lip formulas that I've discovered that I just love. One I don't have with me because I forgot it, not because I don't want to bring it, but it is the new Tom Ford lip liners. Those things are so pricey. I want to say $46, which is ridiculous, but the color 103, which I think is called Irresistible, is incredible. It's my favorite color for lip liner. I love how long lasting they are. So because of that, I don't want to say it's worth it. No lip liner should be that expensive, but if you've been looking at them and you have some percentage off, I think they are beautiful. But also the Fenty lip liners are similar, not an actual dupe, but similar to those. And the color Rubber Bands is my favorite color. I think it is very wearable, everyday color for me. And it does blend away softly. And they are incredibly long lasting. I want to say these are probably even more long lasting than the Tom Ford ones. I also like the color 06 Extra Thigh. It looks very dark, but you can blend it out, and with a red lip gloss on top, it's beautiful. So those are the 2 lip liner formulas that I really like from Sephora at the moment. Obviously, we still have the Charlotte Tilbury ones and all the other ones. Anastasia has great ones, but those are 2 new formulas that I feel like stand out. A mix between a lip liner and a crayon are the new Ilia crayons, I think they're called. I love these. They're so easy, practical. I even use these as my blushes sometimes. And they have many colors that are beautiful. This is a great release and it's a little bit more interesting. They're chubby, but I can line my lips with these. I usually just do everything, mix a couple of shades, and I love them. Obviously, I brought them with me in Romania and therefore, they're worth it. For lip formulas, I have 2 lipsticks that I've just loved. And one is the Westman Atelier lipstick. The one that I brought with me is Lacquer. It's definitely my favorite color. It's this peachy shade. It's quite light, so I have to wear a lip liner with this. But using this like in the center of your lips, like this, I think it is so beautiful. The texture is very thin. They are very pigmented. I don't find them drying. The packaging is beautiful. They're very expensive. So I think buying these as a Christmas present or during the sale is nice to have a discount. And also look at that. I don't know if you can tell, but it has hearts on it. So I really like the formula. I have 4 shades, maybe 5. And I like them all. The other one I have to mention is the Tom Ford lipsticks. They reformulated their lip cream formula, and I picked 2 shades, Spanish Pink and Sable Smoke. I like Sable Smoke. It's beautiful, but the Spanish Pink color is so beautiful. I have fallen in love with this. I like this formula. Wow, where did I swatch it? That's the Spanish Pink. I like this formula better than their old lip cream formula. They're lighter. They're not quite as thick on the lips, yet juicy. So I really enjoy it. I know they're expensive, but I can't deny that I've been really getting a lot of use out of them. And then for glosses, I have 3 recommendations here. Actually 4. Sorry. One is the Haus Labs. This is like a gloss lip balm, pH enhancer. I don't even know. It's a lip glaze. The best formula for a glossy, juicy lip out there. It truly is. This is their more red color. It's not as intense as you see it there, but it's so beautiful. So out of all of them, I think this is the best. It's thicker, it lasts longer, but it's not sticky. Absolutely gorgeous. Then we have the Fenty Beauty Stick. Oh, what is this called? Gloss Bomb Stick, I think. This is in shade 2. And I like these better than the Makeup by Mario ones because they don't crumble or like bleed everywhere like the Makeup by Mario ones. These are a little bit harder, although they're very soft. So I really like them. The shade 2 is my favorite. It's just a beautiful peachy nude. And then the Armani Glosses Glass Prism something. This is in the shade 7. I have a few shades. I brought the shade 6 with me as well. That's a little bit more reddy burgundy color, but this one's almost gone. So that speaks for how much I love them. Is this anything super special? Yes and no. They're very thin, glassy, but they feel like a balm. So I think it's interesting formula, but I don't think it's revolutionary for the price. But I do love them and do recommend them, and they're moisturizing, and I do like the glossy effect that it gives, but they're not thick at all. They're very, very thin. So I think that is what makes it unique, but the price is just, it is overpriced, but I do like them. And then the last product is the one that impressed me the most because I had 0 expectations. These are the Eden Lip Balms. And these things right here are thick, cold, juicy balms that are not sticky, extremely long lasting, and they moisturize your lips. I just don't know how they've created such an incredible lip balm. It's not for everybody, you know, but I love the applicator. It's like that. It's cooling, and you kind of have to work the product into your lips. Somebody said these smell bad. I literally don't think so. It has a very light scent, but it's not noticeable for me at all. But this is probably my most impressive formula that I've tried in the past couple of years for lip balm. It is beautiful. And I am gonna leave it here. Wow, that was a lot of products, and I could have gone more and more and more, but I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear your recommendations because we help each other here. I will have all the products that I've talked about linked down below. And if you want to help a channel and support one of your creators, use your links during the Sephora sale. It helps us so much. And it's such a great way that you could support us. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Find a creator that you enjoy and use their links because we make a small commission out of that. And that's just how we can do YouTube and do these reviews. So I personally want to thank you for using my links throughout the years, for supporting me that way. It means everything to me. I wouldn't be able to do YouTube if you wouldn't wouldn't support me through using my links. And I never want to push it on you. You know, I mention it so rarely, but I think during Sephora sale, people tend to purchase a little bit more, so it helps us out a lot. And that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.